It's Week 12 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey, who's one of the best in the league at running the ball, sitting in fourth. It's the Steelers and the Browns on Thursday night primetime.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Hewitt. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who...
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. Bringing him out, coming off a tough rookie season as the top pick in the 2023 draft is Bryce Young.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. That finds Vele complete. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, looks like the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Defense shows blitz. Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. The Browns are lining up to punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Off the play fake, Williams. He puts some power on a deep one left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. On 4th down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. Begins his return at the 16. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Out of the gun, Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. The trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
They'll punt another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He has it at the 13. And he gets him out of the deep there half. This is out across the 20. The Steelers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Williams to throw on first. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Working from the gun, Williams. Hauled in by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Williams on the play action. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Play action now, Young. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Mosley. And the Steelers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, they have the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interception, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. This is ahead for about 5. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They stick with McCaffrey. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
2nd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. Free inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That's caught Keenan Allen. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. The give inside to Stevenson. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by the special teams ace Miles Killebrew. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
From the 47. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop.
37-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Young on the play action. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
The Browns are lined up to punt. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
First down throw by Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the third sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pull out in front further, 13-zip. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Browns nothing.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. A give left side to Stevenson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Pickup of 2 here. And that gives the Browns a first. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, here's Eckler. And this is a nice gain. Let's stop to the 47. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, ball at the 36. They send Hill right. It's a jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
12 yards to go.
Young working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop down.
Okay, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player on that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Steelers returning their offense and this running back to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd, Williams. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Browns getting their offense out there. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. To the air on 1st down, Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball, because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the 1st down.
Ferguson there to bring it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
Here he goes on the bootleg. He's got a man left. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find some.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns parlay the interception into points. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. First down, Williams. Looking right, and he finds him. He's got a gain of 6 there. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Browns and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Young on 1st and 10. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Looking to tack on the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Round 7.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Young back to it after the pick. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Back to throw. Here's Young. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Now it's Young. Bails out of the pocket quick. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
Fits it through the middle. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns make it a one-score game in the first half. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. They'll cobble together a yard there. Ball to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Williams from the gun. That's shy of midfield. They're him at the 48. That'll go for an 18 gain. And that's a Steelers first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now a give, it's McCaffrey headed right. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Charles Omenihu on the play. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He sends this one to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
The Browns and receiver Keenan Allen making their way back out. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Ferguson's got it, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Out of the gun, Young. It's caught, Ferguson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete to Vele. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its second. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a gain of 4 there. And that gives the Browns a first. Here's Young to throw. Allen there to haul it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they could try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. He's trying to go deep again. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. That brings us to the break. The Steelers taking a lead into the visiting locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the LA Rams. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returners brought down. The visitors and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. From the gun, McCaffrey. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 43. Oh no, they get him yet again. Greg Newsome has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. You get a pick-6, you get a pick-6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick-6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rob.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Dory Jackson now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Going with McCaffrey on the ground. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Now here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. I know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
out here with Stevenson. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 12.
Trying an option here, play to the left. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. Third down coming up. Now Young. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play action now, Young. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth cake down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. To throw is Williams. Hits him on the out route. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nathaniel Watson there for the stop.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koromoa there to bring him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So the Steelers turning things over to the field goal unit. This is going to be a 46-yarder. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send him left out of the slot. Okay, the wide receiver's gonna get it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Option play. Here's a give to Eckler. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Young working from the gun. Brought in by Vele. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Young to throw it. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Young on first and 10. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. This is Stevenson heading right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Gets it to him on the screen. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down. That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's a return from the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense more good numbers well into this second half. Williams to throw on first. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought down by Deron Bland. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's McCaffrey. Still finding room past the 45. At the 20. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Young looking to throw. Ferguson there to bring it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. Third and a lone yard coming up. Running for it with Stevenson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
C.J. Mosley on the tackle. A gain of only a down.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And they are there to bring him to a halt at the 26. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Williams from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Got a man. McCaffrey has it. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. That one's complete to London. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He smartly won't risk something here, just chucks it away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out.
This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. To the air on 1st down. Young. Right side and in the hands of Allen. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Allen, the motion man left. Gets it running a sweep. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now it's Young. That's complete to Vele. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They stick with McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
On the counter, McCaffrey. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st down, Williams. Schultz with the catch. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Now a timeout for an injured player. That's Christian McCaffrey being attended to. Hopefully with his history, this is something minor. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll run with Warren. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
4th down, and we're going to see just how clutch he is on this kick. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Kicked well, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Here's Young on 1st and 10. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Out of the gun, Young. That finds...
Only manage a few yards at most.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Throw complete to Warren. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Steelers set to punt it. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're in a sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses?
Oh, he loses the football. Steelers have it, headed the other way. This has been the overtime that will not end, partner, and it's going to keep going to yet another possession as they force a key fumble there.
Oh, somebody eventually has got to make the play that ends this thing, right? The defense, well, they just did its part to keep it going. Now it's another chance for their teammates to go finish the deal.
This entire contest rests on his next kick. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Steelers are winners, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.